Anne Miles' article, From Monster to Martyr, representing Mary Dyer, offers a compelling reinterpretation of one of early American Christianity's most symbolic figures. Miles examines how Mary Dyer's execution in 1660 for defying the Massachusetts Bay Colony's anti-Quaker laws transformed her public image from that of a religious dissenter to a martyr for conscience and spiritual liberty. Her argument highlights how early colonial religion, rooted in Puritan orthodoxy, used public punishment to enforce communal purity, while dissenters like Dyer exposed the tensions between authority, revelation, and individual faith. Research explains that Dyer followed Anne Hutchison, who preached that God spoke directly to individuals rather than only speaking through clergy. Dyer joined the Antinomian heresy, who worked to organize groups of people to study the Bible outside of the theocratic law of Massachusetts Bay Colony. Hutchison was tried, and she and Dyer, along with Dyer's husband William, were banished from the colony. Prior to the banishment, Dyer had given birth to a stillborn, deformed child that she and her husband buried privately. After authorities learned of this birth, Governor Winthrop ordered the child exhumed before a large crowd. The deformed birth was considered evidence of the heresies of antinomianism. The couple moved to Portsmouth in the colony of Rhode Island, and Dyer joined the Religious Society of Friends, more commonly known as the Quakers. She felt the Quaker philosophy was in alignment with what she and Hutchison believed, and Dyer eventually became a Quaker preacher. 3 times Dyer returned to Massachusetts to protest laws banning Quakers, and all 3 times she was arrested. The final arrest led to her death sentence. 2 others arrested with her were hanged, but Dyer's husband obtained a reprieve from the governor for her. Dyer returned to New England, where she traveled to New York to preach, but her conscience led her back to Massachusetts in 1660. Despite pleas from her husband and family, Dyer refused to repent after a final arrest and was sentenced to hang. She was hanged on Boston Common on June 1, 1660, for being a Quaker in Massachusetts. She died a martyr. When read alongside works such as Colonization of British North America, as an episode in the history of Christianity and religion in 18th century America, Miles' interpretation underscores how American Christianity began as both a theological project and a social experiment. The Puritan impulse to create a city upon a hill inevitably collided with the dissenting spirit that would later define American religious pluralism. Miles reveals that Dyer's death became a narrative turning point, a shift from collective conformity to the emergence of individual spiritual conscience that prefigured later movements for religious tolerance. In this light, Miles' work contributes to a broader understanding of early American Christianity, not as a unified tradition, but as a contested space where questions of authority, revelation, and freedom were first tested. Her portrayal of Dyer situates the birth of American faith within a paradox, a religion found on divine covenant, yet continually challenged by the human struggle for liberty of conscience.